Mimosas with Michael. Mimosas with Michael. Mimosas with Michael. Yay!
Hey everybody, it's Michael Coulombe here with Mimosas with Michael. And in place of doing a podcast episode this week, I wanted to send a quick message because I just wanted to see how you are doing. We're going into about 7 months now of this pandemic. I know a lot of states aren't specifically closed as much as where I'm at, which is I'm in Los Angeles. But I do know that there are a lot of places where the number of cases are rising, and I just wanted to reach out and just see how you are doing. I talk to so many people on a daily basis between the podcast and photography and my film and my vlogs and everything, and I always seem to get a sort of mixed reaction when it comes to the virus and how it's being handled, but I also get a mixed reaction on how people are dealing when it comes to the pandemic. And so I think that's why I just wanted to just take a moment and make sure that, you who's listening right now, I want to make sure that you are okay. I know we're in a crazy political time right now. We're in, there's protests and then there's also riots and people are scared. There's not a lot of work. Unemployment is high, at least here in the United States. And, I know some people are kind of working. A lot of people are working from home. Some people aren't working at all. You might be a month away or days away from, losing something, everything. And, it's so interesting because I've talked to so many people and, it's so crazy because some of the things that I hear are, oh man, I just booked the most, amazing thing of my career and we're about to move forward with it. And then all of a sudden coronavirus, or, I finally got up enough nerve to do that one thing, skydive or, whatever. And then it's like everything just closed down and stopped. And it was like, it took me so long to get up the nerve to ask this person out or, it took me or book that trip. Like I booked a trip with my dad to Europe, and we've been wanting to go for so long, and we finally booked it, and I planned it for months, and I was just in the process of finalizing everything, and I think 3 weeks later everything was just canceled. So I don't know how I don't know if it's okay to say this. I really don't know, but we're all going through this. It's interesting how this is so unifying in a way. That's why I think it's so strange to me that there's so much strife right now in the United States and there's such a clear divide between people, because if there's one thing that this pandemic taught me or should teach us is that we're all in this together, and it's something we should be brought together rather than being pushed or pulled apart. And it's so interesting. It's like when you always say you never don't know what people are going through, so you should always be kind to people, which you should always be kind to people. But I think this is the one time in our life when we're going to truly understand what each person is going through, in the sense that this is a global pandemic, which means literally every single person is somehow going through this and is somehow affected by it. And in some strange way, I'm perhaps comforted by that. Not because I want people to suffer, but because I understand that whomever I talk to, we have this sort of common ground, right? That we're like, hey, COVID, the pandemic, unemployment, all that stuff. And it's like we come together from this point of mutual understanding, and then from there we can grow and build a friendship or a business thing. And so, and again, it sounds strange, but that to me comforts me, because I think it's the first time in our life where we can just look at each other and go, You get me. You get exactly. You understand why I'm frustrated. You understand why I'm scared. You understand why I'm concerned. You understand, like, sometimes I can't pay my bills, or I only have to pay the minimum payments because, I don't know where the next job's going to come, or, So, but I just want to take a moment to make sure that you right now that is listening, I want to make sure that you are okay. I want to make sure that every night that you go to bed, you understand that, we are out there, we're all in this together, that it's okay to reach out to people, that it's okay to ask for help, that I think it's okay to just find somebody to talk to. We're all in this together. And that might seem strange, but I mean, we really are. And I know some people think it's a hoax. I get all of that. None of that's lost on me. That's not really what this message is about. I do wish that more people would take this seriously. I know people who've gotten it. I know people who know people that have been sick or have passed away from this. I know people who've been sick and have been really sick. And there's people in my industry that have passed away. It's, this really is nothing to joke about. And I really, really, really wish that, our government would take it more seriously, because, it really is affecting one of us. Affecting all of us. Sorry, I'm just kind of winging this as I go. I don't have a game plan. I just wanted to reach out and make sure that you are okay. I wanted to make sure that, you are finding comfort or solace, or that, on those days that it gets too rough, that you're able to, find somebody to talk to. For me, I've been studying my photography a lot, so that has really, 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 really helped me. But I have found that it helps to just take a walk. Sometimes you just got to get out. Like when we first started the pandemic and everything was closed, like just taking a walk, sometimes just to get out of the house, made a difference. I hadn't really walked much in my neighborhood. I love walking. I just hadn't walked a lot specifically in my neighborhood. And I started doing that. And because I'd been studying photography, it was so easy to just take my camera out and just go. And that was really good practice. And then, I would go with my roommate, and we'd take like drive somewhere, and I'd just take my camera and I'd photograph her. And that was kind of nice because, I was able to see things. And then from there, I started writing in like a travel blog about the things that I was doing locally that people could do that were safe and still fun and still outside. And, here it is, the middle of October, and we're still, it's almost 100 degrees today. And it's cooler than yesterday. So, we are blessed in that sense that we can still kind of be out. We can go be out in restaurants. I know that people are looking for some sort of, or some semblance of normalcy, and that may be something we don't have for a while. And you know what? That's okay. We are resilient. We are able to adapt, and adapting is what we do, and adapting is what we will do. And I think that's okay. I think, we can learn from this and move forward and find out new ways of doing things and new ways of adapting. And it is what it is. The pandemic came, we dealt with it. We've learned to adapt. We've had online schooling. I know a lot of people are working from home. It's just a new way of life. We have to wear masks. When you leave the house now, you have to make sure that you have your keys, your wallet, and your mask, and that, and your phone. And it's just something new, but it hasn't brought us down. It's made us better people. It's made us more resilient. It's made us closer in a lot of ways to some people. I know it's interesting because during the COVID, there's a lot of friends that I reached out to that I haven't heard back from. And I was kind of like, all right, I get it. You're sitting at home doing nothing and you're still not responding. So I think in some ways, COVID going through all this made us take a step back and sort of reevaluate a lot of things in our life. And, there's nothing wrong with that. It's like, in a way, it's kind of spring cleaning. In a way, it's sort of like looking at the new year, like we always do. We look at things differently and figure it out. And this is just one of those moments where everything just paused. And you're like, great. I really need to take a focus of what I'm doing in my life and change my perspective. And I've changed my perspective in the last 7, 8, 9 months of like the things that I want to do when it comes to my career. I've been doing a lot more vlogging. I've been doing a lot more photography. I've been doing a lot more podcast episodes because I can do it online safely. And I like that. I like that I've been able to find different ways to stay creative. I know a lot of people were doing TikTok because you're stuck at home and you could do fun little skits. And that's what's so great is like this thing happened and it sucked, but we were able to look at it and go, okay, I just need to adapt to the way that I do things in my life. So again, I just wanted to make sure that you are okay. I just want to make sure that that you haven't lost faith. I just want to make sure that you haven't lost your way, and that if you do, please reach out to somebody. Don't be afraid to call a friend, call a family member. Like I said, we're all in this together, and it doesn't do us any good to not be together. There's strength in numbers, and this is just something we're all going through. So, please reach out to a friend. Please hug your family members, hug your kids, hug your pet if you have one, and just remember, we will get through this together as individuals, together as a society, and together as a global place. Thank you so much. Again, this is Michael Coulombe with Mimosas with Michael.